Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to be going over the best photography spots in the Dolomites. So this is particularly useful for anyone who wants to elope in the Dolomites or maybe wants to take like their post-wedding or pre-wedding photo shoots within the Dolomites as well. So be sure to stick around just because my wife and we were doing a lot of research on this until we actually find the spot which we wanted to do. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, with any spot that you choose within the Dolomites, okay, I think it's very important to note that you probably have to arrive before the crowds get there, or you probably have to arrive later in the day, like during sunset time. So keeping in mind those two things, Seceda, Tre Cime, and Lago di Braies would be my preferred spots for the best photography spots in the Dolomites. Reason why is because you can simply just drive up to the gondola and be the first ones in line. Or you could actually drive up to Tre Cime and be the first ones there. Or you can actually drive up to Lago di Braies and be the first ones there. With any photography spot, the things that we were trying to keep in mind was we didn't want the crowds to be an issue. So also considering the time of the year in which you go, May, June, July tends to be like peak months in the Dolomites. We went late October, so crowds really were an issue when we actually took our photography spots within these areas here. The only professional photo shoot that we had was at Lago di Braies. So at Lago di Braies, you could actually rent out the boathouse and make it a private boathouse. I think for around like $400 US. So that'll allow you to be the only ones on the lake so that you could actually take your photos and videos without worrying about the crowds and such. As soon as opening to the public started, a huge crowd came in at Lago di Braies. So in my opinion, that was actually worth it. For Alpe di Suisi, Seceda, and Tre Cime, those are also really good photography spots. Make sure you wake up early and you're there by sunrise just because you want the lighting to be good. If you are doing a sunset photo shoot, for example, you probably are going to run into crowds. So I'd say your best bet is trying to consider the time of the year that you're going. I feel like during sunset time at Seceda, it's possible to not have anyone in your pictures and not be kind of obstructed by crowds. Likewise with Alpe di Suisi, it depends on which time of the year that you go. Are you going during a peak time or are you going during a less peak time? Less peak times would be like September, October in my opinion. November if you want to push it, but I'd say November. They say that it might start snowing, and once it starts snowing, that's usually when the trails start closing. Now Lago di Serapis, it's a very long hike but a beautiful blue lake. If you're in for it, you might be able to be the first ones there if you hike fast enough and wake up early enough. But in our case, we didn't want to wake up hours early for a hike that also took like 2.5 hours just to get there. So Lago di Serapis, although it looks really nice, I'd probably either do Seceda, Alpe di Suisi, Tre Cime, or Lago di Braies as far as the photography spots go. So if you are planning a trip to the Italian Dolomites, make sure to watch this video next. This right here is my ultimate travel guide to going to the Dolomites to help you out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.